Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. In different video we did diagnose together this 2005 Toyota Prius. There was a code P1121. We found out that it's a part of the technical service bulletin. So I will be performing this in this video. If you want to see how I do that, stay with me. And this Prius has complicated cooling system for engine and for inverter. So just to clarify what I'm talking about, right, this is what I will be doing. It's original Toyota. Will not put some aftermarket garbage in it. And this is the new part, right? So it has a 3 inlets/outlets, 2 here, 1 here, electrical connector. Behind this door there is a motor which is moving these valves, right? It's probably the best to be seen where is the single one, but you probably can see inside. So this was getting stuck, that's why there was a technical service bulletin, and it needs to be replaced. This procedure can be done from underneath and can be done from the top also. No, this cover is held by those plastic fasteners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need a Phillips screwdriver, right? You back it up a little bit, the screw comes up, and then you are able, hopefully, to pull it out. Here you go. This is what I was talking about. That's your little thing, right? So that's what you have to remove. Instead of fingers, right, it's always the best to use this tool. So you turn that screw tiny bit. It helps you to nicely get underneath, and without damaging it, you just pull it perfectly out. The fasteners are out. It's very easy, right, to just move it. And voila, the whole cover is gone. Now the technical service bulletin is guiding the technician to do it from underneath. They say remove that undercover, right, and go from underneath. Here you can see actually this is the valve. This is 2, right, of the 3 hoses which are connected to it. This is that electric connector which you see right here, right? And the bracket, it's actually right there. You can see it right now. So it's possible to be done also from above. It's up to the personal preference. Also, it matters if you have a lift like I have, right? Might be easier from underneath. But don't forget, when you work underneath, all the coolant it's flowing on you in your armpits, so that's not much fun. When I worked for Toyota dealer, I did it always from underneath. I remember that clearly. By the way, the service bulletin pays 2.1 hours for this whole procedure. So just for change, and maybe to see the other way, which is better for you because you don't have the car lift, let's try to do it from above. Now I place the new part right here to show you how it's oriented down there, which I cannot film every single detail for you. So basically you have 1 and 2 hoses coming to it. Now you cannot switch them. That will be a mistake and that will be a problem in the future. But the one which is on the top, there is a white dot on it, right? So it's easy, just remember. The one connected to the top area has a white dot. Now, easiest probably it's starting with removing this connector, bloop, disconnecting. Then this bracket has 2 bolts, both of them are 10 millimeters nuts. So this needs to be removed, right? But then you remove the top hose. First you need to clamp it because you will lose, right? You will lose the coolant. That actually says drain the coolant. I don't know why. I will just clamp the top, remove it, clamp the bottom, remove it. Then when you finally can move the whole thing, you can start getting to the clamping the bottom one and removing this clamp, and then the whole valve will be outside and ready to be replaced. Of course, I would love to show it to you in the detail inside down there, but it's impossible. But do you remember what I said? Top hose has a white dot on it, right? There's the bottom one underneath it. So this is the valve. This is the bracket. Once again, let me try to zoom in. See those bolts? Sorry for that. There is a 10 millimeter. The other one it's over there, right? You just look on the new part, and this is the parts which you are removing. Now, what I didn't say yet, to make a clearance here, you will remove this bolt and slightly, carefully lift a couple of inches that entire inverter up to create the space here to pull the part out. And I said slightly and carefully because inverter is for the hybrid system which has a high voltage. You are not supposed to ever touch those orange wires, orange connectors, because there is a risk that they will fry you in the charcoal and kill you. So be very careful if you ever want to work on your Prius. Stay away from these orange cables. It's actually 2 bolts, 2 hangers. One is here, one of them is here. So, you know, I will start removing those bolts. One is the second. And that lets me carefully lift it up, I said it already many times, and create more space, right? Suddenly this is very easy to get my hands down there. This is awesome. So I can go ahead and disconnect that electrical connector. It should click. Hear that? And I will just pull it upwards. Yep. Here you go. It's time to clamp the first hose. So you can see here my clamping tools for different diameters, right? So I can use that, or because there's not much space, you can use these clamps. Here you can see that small clamp on the top rubber hose. It's a little detail, and I will continue with clamping all 3 of them. I easily clamp these 2 top hoses. You can see that, but I have no access to the bottom one. So it's time for removing these 2 nuts. This is one of them right here. I apologize, this one coming from the top. Hopefully that helps you, right? You can see the deep socket down there. This one is actually 12 millimeters. So that's the first nut which was accessed from the top. That's at that 12 millimeter. I remember you needed more finesse to deal with the one which is on the wall, right? It's the second, and that is 10 millimeter. And this is definitely one of the jobs when you're performing it. You want to be patient, right? And pay attention to the detail. And the second one was not a nut, but it's a 10 millimeter screw. Removing both of those, it finally puts me in the position that I will be able to start lifting the whole thing up, right? And you see it's loose, right? This is the bracket, this is the connector. And honestly, there wasn't much space to turn that pump and clamp it. Because I have a lift, I cheated, right, and came from underneath. So you see the clamp. This is the hose, which is coming from the heat exchanger, which is down there, the steel tank, right? And hopefully, you can see it clamped. And actually, right, that's the clamp I will be removing. Despite the fact I clamped everything, there will be always some spill, so you are proactive with some catching container. Coolant is dripping very minimally, you can hear it. I removed the lower hose already, that's why it's dripping. And I will continue with these two top ones. By some little miracle, with this little opening, I was able to remove those clamps, right? Slide them backwards. The one's holding the hoses. Now I'm disconnecting the lower hose, which just happened. Let's see if there is space for that bracket, right, and the entire pump to clear through here. I'm pretty sure there is, but as I stated before, I work for a dealer. I pulled it through the bottom. I used the other way. It's a little bit stuck, but it's always about putting it in the correct position, right? It just happened. And voila. Installing the new plate, just opposite what I just did, right? So I will go ahead, put it in, install it, and then I will catch up with you. So now I have everything perfectly installed, right? The hose is connected. This part is back, and it's all except this plastic shield. So what is the next procedure? Well, despite the fact I clamped it right, I lost a little bit, what is it? Quarter of cup of the coolant. So it needs to go back. Now, which coolant? And we know that this Prius is using super long life coolant from Toyota. So this is the only thing which needs to go back. But now your question is where it needs to go back. I see one coolant reservoir here and one is here. But we already said this is for inverter and this is for the cooling system. Also come and look with me, and I'm looking inside. Suddenly there is missing coolant out of here. Here you go, here you can see it. This is the engine coolant reservoir, and before we started it was really all the way on the F as a full, and now it's barely touching the low as a L, so I have to add that coolant here. It's always good to use a little funnel, and I'm watching on the side towards to you, actually on that side. I'm watching the level, and it's slowly coming towards to that F as a full. I'm pretty sure you can see the level. You start seeing it right there, and the F is basically right here, so it's almost there. I will still continue, make it perfect, right? Wanna touch that top level, which just happened, and I will stop right here. I will put that top back until it nicely snaps, and you might think, okay, we are done, the service is finished, but not really. First of all, I will install this shield back, and the next is, I didn't forget why this Prius came here, right? It came with the check engine light, so I need to start up the vehicle, or at least connect to it and erase that code. And I'm still not done, right? Even if I erase that code, I really need to be observing level of this engine coolant, because most likely disconnecting that valve we introduce some air in the system, and these bubbles will bleed itself, right? And the level can go slightly low. So you either run this vehicle in the service mode, which I can show you how to set it in different video, or you just go for a test drive, right? Make sure it warms up, and when you come back, please check that coolant level, right? But what I added in it kind of shows me it's the same what I called. So it should be okay, but once again, as a precaution, it needs to be checked later. Now, I have fortunately good news. The erase of the code was successful, which you will say, oh, whatever. But no, that was actually hard code. When I was dealing with it before, anytime I will erase it, it will come immediately back. So it clearly says that technical service bulletin was correct. Problem was there in that valve, and there are no codes in the car present or pending. And the same was with the engine started running, right? The check engine light will go immediately back. I really mean it, immediately. So this is definitely fixed. Successful repair. And that's great, because the owner before this repair, she was kind of hesitating and she wasn't sure if this is guaranteed that this fixed. You know, we'll get rid of the check engine light and so on. I'll have this Prius for myself over this weekend, which means, as you can guess, I will keep filming a lot of videos about it, a lot of tech about this second generation of Prius. So make absolutely sure you are subscribed if you don't want to miss those videos. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.